How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another box to box, a massive box to box, a North London derby box to box, and it's take two. I was here in January with Fuad. We done a box to box then. The game was cancelled. I'm here today with Tobs. What are you saying, Tobs?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm ready for this one. I'm itching. You know how much I've been waiting for this one, man.
Yeah.
I've been talking this one up for literally 6-7 months. I was talking this one up in December. I was talking this one up in January. I've been talking it up since, man. I'm itching. I'm just raring to go, man.
First things first, the first one was cancelled due to, let's say, controversial circumstances.
Controversial.
A lot of fans right now, especially Tottenham fans, are saying, you know, they would have preferred, or we would have preferred to have played you back then because of the injuries you had and the lack of the transfers.
You probably would have.
Are you happier playing us now with everything that's on the line, or would you have preferred to have got the game done in January?
I feel like playing you now, when there's more at stake, it is more exciting.
Of course it is.
Because when we beat you, it's just going to be more enjoyable. But in all honesty, I didn't mind playing you back then as well. Like, it's all the same to me. You can't duck the smoke forever. The smoke's going to find you. It's going to consume you, bro. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, this match, because of the 4-point difference, it's not the be-all and end-all for a certain team because we are 4 points ahead.
Yeah.
Win, lose or draw come the weekend, we're still in top 4. This is a massive one for you guys. It's a
100.
must-win for you guys.
100. It is a must-win for us. Of course, there's way more pressure on us, not just because of the fact that we're 4 points behind, but more so because of the fact that we lost in that manner at the Emirates, and now we're in a top 4 race where we have an opportunity to put you on edge in the last 2 Premier League matches with a good result in our own backyard. Like, we have to. The onus is on us to win this game.
Yeah.
So we got to come out and we got to get the job done, man.
Over the years, there's been talk of a power shift in North London, and Tottenham have finished above Arsenal. So do I. But what I see now is potential tide turning, because we have a young manager, the youngest squad in the league. We're challenging for that top 4 position when no one deemed it likely. Me, you, no one in the big 6, no pundit out there deemed Arsenal likely to finish top 6, let alone top 4. Tottenham have come from a Champions League final. You're onto your 4th.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but since then, you're onto your 4th manager since. You know, tried, failed with a couple big one big name in Jose Mourinho. Now you've got Antonio Conte in. Is there a worry that tide is changing without Tottenham really achieving the silverware to polish off the supposed power shift change?
This whole power shift stuff is just, it's kind of cringe to me, but I think you'd have to be a Neanderthal to not admit that Spurs have been the better side of the 2 North London sides over the last, since 2015, I would say, or since 2016, because you lot finished above us that season.
Yeah.
Since 2016 onwards, I think you'd be hard to argue that Spurs have been the better of the 2 sides. But I get your point about being better than Arsenal, and not only being better than Arsenal, but being one of the better sides in the league and not capitalising on that. But I honestly think we have the infrastructure to remain in close competition with you. I think when you look at the stadium behind you, when you look at the way we are run from a financial perspective, I think we have the means. To keep up with you to a certain extent. We may not have the cash injection to blow you out of the water with the spending, but we have the means to keep up with you. It's just a case of whether we have the people in power when it comes to recruitment, when it comes to player contracts, when it comes to the personnel we have in our team. It's up to them to ensure that we don't let it slip back to what it was. Pre-Martinho, pre-Harry Redknapp, pre-Pochettino. Do you get?
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying there. I'll agree with you. Tottenham have been the better side over the years, but Arsenal have won a few trophies here and there, which, you know, puts the argument, in my opinion, to bed. And I'm with you. Power shift is very cringy, especially when finishing above one another is not the be-all and end-all.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
The be-all and end-all is challenging, competing, giving the fans something to believe in, and so on.
There you go.
But
it's still sweet to finish above.
Yeah, it's been a little while for us, but I do remember those sweet days. Listen, it is what it is.
No St. Tottering's Day or something. What do you call it, St. Tottering's Day?
Yeah, it's been a little while, but listen, it looks like it might be coming back this season. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
We'll see.
On to the game. We're both going in. Arsenal are going in with 4 wins. Previous to those 4 wins, we had 3 losses against Palace, Brighton, Southampton, but we've managed to bounce back again. We needed to bounce back because around that time, that's when you closed the gap. Not only closed the gap, but the goal difference too. Your goal difference is superior to ours. I don't believe we have a chance to close that gap from the end of the season, so hopefully it doesn't come down to goal difference. But are you confident moving into this game? I know you've been looking forward to this for months. But are you confident, or are the nerves slowly but surely taking over?
There's always going to be nerves. Listen, it's a big... Not only are we playing like our bitter rivals, we're playing them with something that's massive to both clubs.
Yeah.
And you could argue that Spurs probably need Champions League more than Arsenal right now.
Yeah,
in terms of keeping our manager and the additional funding that we need, Champions League is way more crucial to us than it is to you. And in terms of keeping some of our star players as well. But I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I'm confident in my team's ability to get this job done. I think we've seen a completely different Tottenham to the Tottenham that you lot played in September.
Yep.
That was an embarrassing Tottenham. Like, we played with no tactics, no fight, no desire, no nothing. Our best player was still in this funk where he just was given 0%. It was just an awful day in the office. And I think the tide, I say the tide, the attitude has changed. Like, the way I'm speaking about this team now, I wouldn't have been speaking about them like this 6 months ago. And you know that because we did a big six. I wouldn't have been speaking like them just 6 months ago. But it's testament to the work that Antonio Conte has done in his time at Spurs, and it's testament to the improvements I've seen in some players, and it's testament to the quality that I've seen of the players that we've brought in. So, listen, I am wary of Arsenal's threat. I look at players like Bukayo Saka. I look at your form. I think it's like 4 straight wins now since that poor run. So you're coming into this in pretty good nick, despite having two big absences in your team. So I don't think it's going to be a game that we're going to walk over. But I have full confidence in our ability to get the job done.
And you talk about the importance of top 4 probably being more important for Tottenham. I'd agree with that with Conte and you know what he will need. But does top 4 define who has the brighter future here? Because with Arsenal, there's you know a divide where top 4 doesn't seem to be the be-all and end-all for a lot of fans. They've seen a lot of progress, development in the young players that whether we achieve 4th or 5th, they're still happy to move forward. Whereas you're kind of saying that you need the top 4 to give Conte what he needs. Does that 4th position this season define whose future is brighter moving forward?
I don't think it defines... I think for us, the reason why I'm so hell-bent on top 4 is because from a funding perspective, we know Antonio Conte needs sufficient backing, and we know that in recent years gone by, where we've spent money, we've not spent it on plan A. We've always tried to spend it on plan B, or spend less, or spend no money. And I think Champions League, getting that extra money gives us the flexibility to spend more, to give him more money, and more importantly, it allows us to bring in a higher caliber of player. I think we spoke about this on the NL debate. Arsenal, they have a bigger name than Spurs. They're able to still attract players that they want in absence of Champions League.
Our biggest players, well, not biggest, but some of our biggest names.
Look at your best performer in recent years, Aubameyang. You signed him off the back of no Champions League football.
Partey.
Thomas Partey, you signed him off the back of no Champions League football. Odegaard, you signed him off the back of no Champions League football. Do you get? So Spurs, I feel like for us to sign the caliber of players that can truly improve this team, we're going to need to incentivize them. And that incentive is the Champions League. But then I also look at our current team now. I look at players like Bentancur, I look at players like Kulusevski, I look at players like Romero, even Oliver Skipp, who many won't rate. I think he's a decent player, but he's coming through the ranks and he's shown himself to be capable of playing at this level. So I don't think it's doom and gloom if we don't get Champions League football, but it's definitely a bigger setback for us than it is for you.
One last question before we touch on the details of the game. Do you think Conte is Tottenham manager come next season, whether you finish top 4 or not?
It depends. I think if we show the willingness to back him in the transfer window, even with maybe a reduction of funds, I think there's a chance he could stay. But getting Champions League football, missing out on Champions League football could prove fatal, because then it could be the reason Daniel Levy says to Conte, look, we didn't meet our objectives, we can't give you this. And we know what type of manager he is. If you don't buy into his ideas, if you don't buy into his ways, he'll just leave. So there's always going to be that risk.
But he's a big manager and it's a big game. And listen, you know, Tottenham are often called bottlers, bottle jobs and whatnot. But one thing about Antonio Conte is he is not a bottler. He is not a bottle job. He's been, you know, through the mud. He's come out the other side. He's built teams up from mid-table to win leagues and so on. So it's going to be a special one Thursday. Key battle for you this Thursday. In terms of you're looking at the Arsenal side, who do you guys need to nullify to get the 3 points?
Bukayo Saka.
It's always Saka. Every week I do this.
Put 2 free man on him.
What about Martinelli, the other side, if you do that with Saka?
I'm not worried about Martinelli because I think we have Romero on that side. And I think he'll bypass Emerson Royale. Or, to be fair, Emerson Royale actually had a pretty good game defensively against Liverpool. He did, hopefully he can keep that up. And that was against Luis Diaz. So if you can maintain that, then maybe the threat won't be as high. But I'm not really worried about Martinelli. I have Romero on that side, and I've seen him lock up wingers tougher than Martinelli in the league this season in isolated moments and with Emerson Royale next to him. So I'm not too worried about that threat. I hope it doesn't come to bite me in the arse, but I'm not too worried about that threat just because of who we have on that side. It's on the other side that concerns me because I think Bukayo Saka versus Sessegnon is a nightmare waiting to happen. And I think Ben Davies has been fantastic for Spurs in the back three, but Bukayo Saka, we've literally seen him isolated by himself against 2-3 players and he finds a way out. And he's got a good understanding with Odegaard, another player that we're gonna need to shut down. I'm gonna need Bentancur and Højbjerg to clamp him down. Like, I know he's Scandinavian, I know Højbjerg Scandinavian hype. I don't care. Shut him down. Shut those two down. And I think we shut down Arsenal, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, especially in those losses, when you cut the lines to Odegaard, you see a massive difference in the way we create, the spaces we manage to create on the counters and transitions. So you're right there mentioning Odegaard. In terms of Tottenham, am I right in saying Son would be the main threat for us?
I wouldn't rule out Harry Kane, I'm sorry.
Well, of course, Harry Kane loves the North London derby.
Yeah, exactly. That's the king of North London derbies, yeah? When you look at the number of goals he scored. It's the obvious 1-2 punch, isn't it? If you can close off the space that Harry Kane needs to operate in, you close off a big part of our game. And I think with Son, you just got to be wary of the runs. I don't even know why I'm giving away these secrets, but Arsenal just need to be wary of the runs because Son, I don't think, after the game at the Emirates where he tried to go 1v1 with Tomiyasu, I don't think we're going to see a lot of that this game. I think we're going to see what Son does best, which is peel off his marker and be intelligent out of possession, make those runs that can hurt teams. He made those runs several times against Liverpool, and in a couple cases he wasn't found, and the one time he was found, he bagged. So 20 Premier League goals this season, he is the one that I think will probably be the most likely to put you to the sword on Thursday alongside Harry Kane. But I think you also need to watch out for Kulusevski as well.
Yeah, I was going to mention him.
You saw him against Liverpool in the first half, isolated him in several moments, and he was our best attacker in the first half. Faded in the second half, but he's had a fantastic season.
And he tends to play off the right.
Yeah, exactly. Cutting in. And I think the beauty with him is he can join the midfield and make it a 3v3, so we're not overrun there. And he also gives us that outlet on the right-hand side as well. So I think you need to worry about him. So it's going to be an interesting game, man.
I'm interested to see what Arteta's going to do because against Leeds, Tomiyasu went from right back to left back to deal with the Rafinha threat. Yeah. You look at Tottenham's front three and there's a threat in each individual player. I think Tomiyasu will go up against Son, but that leaves Kulusevski against Tavares, potentially Cedric if he decides to go down that route with Kulusevski cutting in on his favoured foot. So we'll see what Mikel does there. Yeah. Let's round it up, man. Prediction. I know we've done predictions on Big Six, but let's do it here, box to box. What are you saying?
2-1. 2-1 to Spurs, man. We're going to win this game. I think Son's going to score. I think Harry Kane's going to score. I don't know who's going to score for you, but I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a very, very close game. But yeah, I think we'll come out on top, man.
Does a win build your confidence for the top four? If
Absolutely.
I asked you now, are you going to make top four? Is it off the back of a win here that you'll say yes?
Yes. I still think we're going to make top four, but that's off the back of us winning here because I think if we beat you here with 1 point in it, you lot going to Newcastle away, us playing Burnley at home, I'll back us to beat Burnley at home, and I think Newcastle can hold you to a point.
Monday night as well. It's a difficult place to travel. Yeah,
under the lights will be their last home game of the season as well. So they won't want to go out with. They won't want to go out on a whimper. So
with the turnaround they've had since January, I'm going 3-2 Arsenal. A lot of people have said that's a high-scoring game, but sometimes these games do provide high-scoring goals. The atmosphere's mad. So I'm just going to go 3-2. I was tempted to say 2-2, but I've just leaned towards Arsenal. I don't know.
No sitting on the fence today.
The closer we get to the game, I'm actually feeling like we can win it, and I'm feeling like we have a big chance to do it.
I mean, a lot of your fans are saying it going into this, saying we don't need to win. That's cool, but if you do win, top four is done. There's no more nerves. It's finished. Mathematically, it's over. So if that's me, I'm in that position. I'm going for the kill. I'm going for the kill rather than letting it drag into game week 37. I'm just going for the kill straight away. So it's going to be interesting to see how you lot line up.
Yeah, there you go. Tob says 2-1 Tottenham. I'm going 3-2 Arsenal. Let us know in the comment section what you guys predict, lineups, thoughts, all of that, people. Hit the like button on the way out. Love for the love as always. And we're on to the North London derby this Thursday night. Peace.
Shop for AFTV merch at shop.aftv.co.uk. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat and Twitch. We've got content for every platform, so check it out.